So thank you, Ben, Kurt, for joining me out here today in the cold before going into football. Obviously a brilliant performance today, 1-0 win. What did you all think about that?
Yeah, resilient performance. I thought, it weren't the best we've played and we've lost when we've played better. But yeah, we stuck at it. We attacked when we needed to attack. We defended really, really well, and that was a big point for us today in regards to defending when we needed to defend. In recent weeks, we haven't threw our body on the line in certain situations. We've done that today, and everybody to a man, those who started, those who came on, those who didn't come on in the warm-up, everyone played a part.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think, like Townsend says, one of the big points that we made was about mentality. And I think a few of the games in the last 5, it's been there, and we've probably been on the wrong end of the result. Other games we've kind of let Lemo down in terms of our mentality, but today we were right at it, and that was the big thing, and that's something that we need to kick on with and continue that mentality, a realisation of where we are, and every game there's no easy games in this league, and we're going to make sure that his mentality, his work ethic is his basics, and we just continue in the vein that we've done today.
So obviously the last few weeks been very weird. We've been in poor form, and there's been certain, obviously the circumstances that are well known by now. How has the dressing room been during that time? How have you been trying to keep morale up and make sure that everyone's ready to win again?
We can't knock the lads, to be honest. I mean, in terms of training, everybody's been lots of numbers at training. I don't think it's a lack of effort. It's just decision making, like I say, mentality. But all the lads have been great. They're all behind Lemo, all working as hard as they can. Obviously, it's a big transition, so it's always going to be difficult. But I think, as you've seen, it's one thing that we always talk about: processing every game, making sure the performances are better. We're making the right decisions. Each game we improve, and I think if you see from when Lemo is taken over from an interim and hopefully for a permanent, you can see every game we've improved. So we just got to carry on, in that same way.
Yeah, it's like I said from week 1, and when obviously what's happened. It's us on the pitch. The previous managers, they didn't pass the ball, they didn't cross the ball, they didn't go into that position or come and claim a cross. It's us, and it's still the same people on the pitch. So we just had to get over that, and we've played well. Everybody's backing Lemo, everybody's behind him in the dressing room, and like Kurt said, the mentality is there. We've played well. We've been on the wrong end of some results. We have let Lemo down at times. But yeah, everyone's out training, 19 at training. It's brilliant. And there's lads who've been left out of the squad, and we've got people back fit, which is great. And it's going to be a massive boost for Lemo. He's had his hands tied a little bit, I think, losing Ross, and you think, yeah, fine, no worries. We've got loads of replacements, but then you lose Ollie Greslak, you lose Tucker as well, and it's 3 people, 3 important members of the squad, and it's just dealing with that, and it's been tough for Lemo, but he's done unreal.
Obviously now we look to the future, we don't know what's going to happen over the next few weeks, what circumstances will happen. What are you guys as a group going to do to make sure that whoever is in charge, whether Lemo continues, however long he continues, or if it's a new person, because make sure that Stockbridge succeed for the rest of the season?
Look, we've said in there already, like Stockbridge have got an identity. We've not tried changing the way of play with grafters. It's known among the footballing league and where we are that Stockbridge aren't blessed with a budget, and we're a hard-working team. So whoever comes in, we're still going to have to be a hard-working team, because we haven't got the licence to go and get bigger players or whatever. But everybody's here for Stockbridge, for Lemo, and even if it's not Lemo, we're here for Stockbridge, and we are a team of grafters.
Yeah, completely agree with what Townsend said, and I think when we first heard the news, we all had a meeting and we said we're in this together. We've done a lot, we've achieved a lot together, and it's not just it's not one person. One person doesn't make that happen. It's us as a team. So whoever comes in, if it's someone that comes in, or whether it's Lemo that keeps the job, we carry on in that same way. And it's all about them 1%, and that's where games are won and lost. And I think in the games that we've won this year, it's because we've been doing them 1%, and where we haven't, I think that's where we've let ourselves down. And let everyone around us down. But you know, like we've just said in there, we use this, we kick on, we continue with that mentality and that work ethic, and we'll be okay.
We're in a dogfight, so it's a case of sticking by each other, sticking by the manager, sticking together, by everybody involved in the club. We're in a dogfight, and we've got to realise that, and we've just got to give our all for every game.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.